Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we have another SNSD reaction, reacting to their debut, man. Finally. I'm sure I've probably seen this music video at some point in my life, but I don't really remember it that well. And I don't even know for sure if I've ever watched it all the way through. Obviously I know the song, but got a whole single as their debut. And I initially was going to do their first whole debut album or so I thought, but apparently that was like a kind of separate thing, that this song is on the album, but it wasn't their first ever like actual debut. Then I found out this was a whole single with two other songs too. So we'll just listen to this single for now, and then I'll still do the next album, the Girls' Generation album, pretty soon after this. But just didn't have time to check out both of those right now. And also I feel like my voice sounds weird, which it often does. So I don't want to record too much with my voice sounding like I think I'm slowly turning into a frog or something. But I'm very, very excited to see this, man. Just to see this music video. Of course, it's the remastered version that SM has done for a lot of their older stuff now, and you know, it's an iconic song, so I'm excited to see the music video, just really getting the vibes, and very excited for the B-sides too, man. Excited to get my first taste of some bonus SNSD songs that I haven't heard before. Just hear how they're making B-sides too from back then, because Into the New World just seems like such an iconic K-pop song that I can't really put myself back in that time, because I was learning about it with all of the newer K-pop songs, but getting B-sides from back then should be more interesting. So before we start, make sure to check out the Patreon. I already started checking out their pre-debut reality show, Girls Go to School, so that's been fun. I'm excited to do more of it, and definitely want to keep doing other bonus SNSD content in the future, so check those out. And always make sure you check out my show K-Pop Jeopardy, where I got an actual K-pop group on the channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for more SNSD reactions, and let's get into it. Okay, here we go. The debut music video, almost 5 minutes long. Into the New World or not. Damn, it's up to your choice. I really don't remember this at all. But surely I would have seen it at some point. Alright, I'll decide by the end of this if I want to go into the new world, I suppose. I saw a little bit of the behind the scene for it in the Girls Go to School variety series. It's just such a pretty instrumental there. See, I've heard people cover it so much, but I haven't really heard the original much. Man, they're really just pushing and playing there. Are they building a plane to fly into the new world? I'm just getting the feels, man. Like, wow, it's a beautiful thing to witness. I don't. When people cover the song, they don't usually include this part. I don't even recognize this part. Kid Turn. There was always hip-hop influence, even back then. If it's being remastered, I wonder how it looked originally, because it looks pretty good. Such a cool location there. Dang. Where are we flying? Must have said New World. I thought it said New Jeans for a second. Man, that's some foreshadow. Yeah, it's cool little storyline for the video. Yeah, it is good. It is good. Dang. What, you left her behind? What the fuck? Chinese too? Dang. Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's so cool, man. How long is the actual just song? I think the song is like 4.5 minutes. So the music video is a little longer, but yeah, I guess they have a little intro part here. But yeah, I mean, it's just weird, like recontextualizing something that I've obviously heard so many times. Like I've watched so many girl groups cover this song like so many times. Like it feels like every single K-pop girl group has to cover the song at some point, and you know, you just kind of accept it. It's like, okay, yeah, this is a classic song, and when you listen to it in that context, it's just like, okay, yeah, sure, it sounds nice, but you just don't think about it as deeply. But when I just go back and like, okay, this is it. This is the song for itself. I'm not watching a cover. I'm just watching the song for itself. Like, damn, it feels so inspiring, and just, yeah, it's beautiful. Like they really just perfected it from the start, man. Like it's crazy. Like there's a reason that they've lasted so long. When you start off this strong, like, yeah, people are gonna be thinking about you for a long time. Again, just watching their pre-debut reality show stuff, it's like, oh, they're this new group and they're trying to make their way and stuff, and obviously they're already have their whole own reality shows. So SM is, you know, wanting to make them very popular, and obviously they have like Super Junior and stuff, like older groups that were already popular around them that definitely helped out with that. But just in terms of music, like this is a perfect debut song. It's so good. It's like I can't think of many other K-pop songs that feel this way at all. Like it's just so very inspiring. Like the title is so accurate. Like, yeah, it really feels like we're going into a new world, and it's so beautiful. It feels like a fantasy almost. Like just the video of them making this plane and flying off. Like it really feels like they're gonna, you know, end up traveling to a new magical fantasy land or something. But just at the core of it, it feels like there's so much hope and inspiration and beauty, man. And I was just thinking, like, yeah, it's the remaster version, and it's like it looks very nice. But I'm just thinking, like 2007, I feel like that's not that long ago. Like, why even were the music videos so much lower quality back then? Like, obviously they've gotten more, but I swear to God, like I've seen plenty of movies, especially, and just tons of stuff from the 2000s that was like way higher quality than I feel like the original music video for this was. So I'd be a little curious just to see what the original's like, but it definitely looks pretty, and like it all has this like hazy feeling, like a lot of like blurring around the edges and stuff that just makes it feel extra nostalgic. And then I kind of wonder with that, like, is some of the like touching feeling, is some of it because of the nostalgic feel to it, or was it this strong when it came out? Like when this was the newest thing, and it was like, oh, this is where K-pop is nowadays, and this is a big change in K-pop. But like, did it feel as kind of touching and like special, or is it, you know, extra like that just looking at it from the future? Because I definitely get, you know, nostalgic vibes, like, oh, this was what it was like back then, it makes it kind of extra special. But I don't know. I feel like it probably just inherently has a really special, almost nostalgic feeling, even if it was a new thing. Like, I feel like if any girl group released a song that was anything like this nowadays, I'd be like, ooh, this is special. Like, yeah, this is a very touching sound that we don't get much nowadays. And I don't know what other girl groups were doing back then exactly, but I don't know if they were doing it like this, because yeah, this immediately feels very, very special. So I'm going to be actually listening to just this song on its own and listening to it for them, not just for covers anymore. I'm definitely going to be listening to it on its own. It's very, very good. Yeah, let's definitely get into it one more time. Yeah, just the start here, like into the new world. Or not. It's up to your choice. It's like they knew what they were doing. Like, they have to be really trying to inspire people. Like, this is a new group, and we want to send a message out. We're gonna start a new life where we can live happier or whatever. I have to look at the lyrics too. And they always say I have to look at the lyrics, then I get distracted by the MV again. Yeah, so like, this is definitely not something that we would see in K-pop nowadays. It's just so blurry. But again, even if they just had the technology to make more crisp stuff back then, I feel like just this shot is very impactful with the blurriness and everything. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, that little I don't know what to call it, and the instrumental dun, 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 like, it's such a magical feel. Seems like they kind of have their own storylines. They're in different places. It's interesting to compare it to more modern K-pop music videos too, because most K-pop music videos nowadays, I would say, are very concept focused, and it's like they're just wanting to get across a certain vibe, and then they just have a bunch of sets that kind of go with that, and then just a lot of performance. But then there are some that are more story based, and this is kind of a mix of those, I would say. Like, there's a general story of them trying to get this plane to take off, but also showing them individually in different places around. I think it's all supposed to just make a feeling of like, oh, these are girls living their own lives and having their own challenges, but they're gonna come together to start a new, happier life. Just the pilot, like, concept is cool. Like that. if it wasn't clear that this group was going to be successful from the start, like, this is their first song ever, and we started off with these vocals there. It is great. It is crazy good. If a new group debuted nowadays and the first line I heard vocals like that, I'd be like, damn, okay, this group is special. So yeah, this is something I was thinking of during the guide. Like, how do they get people like that good at vocals, like that much talent? Because like, how much competition could there have been back then? Because K-pop was so much smaller. There's so many less groups, but maybe it's just there weren't enough people that were bold enough to start companies to make new K-pop groups, but there's still a lot of people that had a dream of becoming K-pop idols just because of, you know, watching the ones that were popular at the time. So maybe there was more like trainees and less companies. So I mean, that's how you make a perfect group, is if you're like the only company that anyone's going to, and then you have a million different idols to pick from. But it's just crazy. And like, nowadays they have more things to kind of prioritize, and back then it was probably mostly just the vocals and stuff, and like the specific skills, more so than the like whole idol persona. It was crazy. It's crazy vocals, right? Yeah, Soyeon has such a like bright, cute smile back then. Probably still that. Yeah, Pilot Taeyeon, she just looks so cool. Yeah, already said it. I say I'm going to focus on the lyrics, and then I completely focus on the music video. But rough path in front of them. Yeah, obviously these seem like what I would guess it's about. It's like, yeah, we're going to forge our own path, and we got to do it no matter what. And here, he's predicting unconditional love. just like, I would think this probably wouldn't be a romantic song. It doesn't really feel like it, but maybe it's more about friendship. Like, oh, we've had our hearts broken or whatever, but we're gonna come together and make our new path as girls' generation. God, the chorus is so good. Like it's again crazy. Like I've heard the chorus a million times, but it's just hitting so much harder now. I don't know if she's doing that exactly. Gotta test out your new shoes by sliding around a bit. Ah, damn, it's a perfect chorus. It's actually perfect. It's crazy. Yeah, literally. Like, do people just not perform this part, or am I crazy? Like, I swear to God, I've never heard that part of the song before. I mean, it is a long-ass song, so when people do covers, they're probably cutting parts out. He has an interesting voice. Like, it's so refreshing to have a long ass song too, man. Like, I got it. I just love it. I love it. 4.5 minutes. Like, it's literally like over double the length of some songs nowadays. Literally, it's crazy. Yeah. Even back then, like, there's still definitely lots of similarities to modern K-pop. Like, even back then, they combined, like, for the dance break thing earlier, it felt hip-hoppy, and then just the intense, like, you know, pop and just very bright and, like, catchy, like, instrumental for parts, but still very beautiful vocals, too. Like, it's just always been such a combination of different genres and appeals. It makes me love K-pop. Made it. Again, like, you're just leaving some of the members behind. They can't all fit in that tiny little pig. You're gonna have to build more of them. I saw another one there. The kick part is so cool. God, it's just, the whole end section is so good. Just keeps going. Like, it feels so short. It's crazy. How is that 4.5 minutes? It goes by so quickly. Dude, I've never had this experience where I've heard a song a million times and then I listen to it and I'm like, oh, this is way better than I even knew it was. Like, how does that even work? You don't realize how good something is until you really focus on it, I guess. But whoa, it's beautiful. It's so, so good. Like, something about it feels kind of simple in a way, and it's not like too, like, I don't know, I'm used to modern K-pop. There's a lot of very experimental stuff, and this doesn't feel experimental, but it's still very complex. Like, the just combining so many things in a way that's so well done, and just combining the light and, you know, pleasant, innocent feeling or whatever with the bright and poppy fun, and like, it just everything, combination of emotions you feel while listening to it. It's all done so expertly, so it just feels so concise and simple, but definitely very, very high production. So yeah, I mean, this has to be like one of the best debut songs ever, definitely. So I suppose I have to give my rating, man. You know, usually every time I do reaction, I give an initial rating for song and music video. This time it's not actually initial because I've heard it plenty of times, but it feels like it because it feels like a new experience watching this, man. And yeah, it's crazy that I don't think I've ever actually watched the music video, but I just love the feeling of it. It's so authentic. And again, like most of it is just all the girls in random different places and just doing random stuff, and it doesn't feel like it has much of a through line, but it's just brought together by the feeling of the song, and you just feel the concept even if you don't know the words. Like it's just like, yeah, we're going into the new world, and then just having the little through line of the plane part is such a great story that's so impactful. So I think for the music video, like I want to say 4 time because I just want to judge it objectively. I think it's a nice solid 8.5 out of 10 because, you know, it's not as flashy or like gorgeous for all of it as, you know, most K-pop music videos nowadays, or at least a lot of them nowadays, but it's just a very well done concept that just brings it that high. So it's very nice music video. And then the song, I don't know what I would have, like if you asked me yesterday what I would have given a rating for this song, I would have been like, I don't know. It wasn't really a song that stuck in my head as being like, oh yeah, that's a masterpiece. It's just like, yeah, it's super iconic, but listening to it now, focusing on it more, it's a masterpiece. Yeah, this is like an incredible debut. So I think I have to be crazy. It's a like 98 for my rating, man. Yeah, I never would have guessed I would give it a rating that high before, but it's good, man. It's just so good. I don't think the music videos like that probably like helped with the vibes a bit, but just listening to it and focusing on just the song on its own, yeah, it's incredible. So we'll see if the B-sides can match up to this, because wow, okay, now we got those, and those will be completely new for me. So let's get into those. Okay, so we got some color-coded lyrics videos from the channel Fairy Yoons here, so check out the originals. But beginning, my first ever SNSD B-side. Let's see, can it match up? Ooh.
I'm your girl. Do it right now. 그댄 안 와요. 우리 처음 만난 날 우연처럼 부리는 말.
Very different, definitely.
그렇지만 사실은 내가 기다린 거죠. 그대 모습 보고 싶어서. 그대 나를 사랑하나요? 이 느낌이 사랑인가요?
I'm gonna like this, man. I'm gonna like listening to the B-side. Audio quality is definitely lower than Into the New World. I wonder if they remastered the audio too.
그대 나를 만나면 마음 설레이나요? 그대만 알 수 없어요.
It's good. It's good.
다가가면 멀어지고 돌아서면 다가오는 그대 나를 사랑하나요? I wanna make you smile. 너무 빠른 시작인가요? 그대 전 모습
Yeah, just like a combination of the freshness, the fresh feeling with also the attitude. Ah. 배영.
그대 이름 속삭여봐요. 내 그대가 보고 싶어. 그대 이 순간 내게로 와요. Hurry now. 그대 처음 본 순간 그대 처음 본 순간 내 사랑은 거짓말.
I feel like chanting parts where they're all singing together, like they hit different than the way they do them in modern K-pop.
이 순간 내게로 와요.
Okay. I never know what to expect from B-sides because like obviously in K-pop very often the B-sides are completely different concept than just the title track. And this it's definitely similar. It's definitely adjacent. It had a lot of stuff that made it fit as a B-side for the single, but yeah, it's definitely a different vibe. It's not as fresh or like inspiring, and it's more like the lyrics are what I kind of would expect from this era, and just from watching the Girls Go to School, just the first few episodes of that, like it feels like, you know, back then there's a lot of emphasis on like, yeah, these will be your girlfriends, everyone everyone watching, like this is for you, is they're actually speaking to you, you know. Obviously still a big emphasis on that in K-pop nowadays, but back then it was, I feel like it was totally not just like, hey, these are performers and they're, you know, doing cool concepts. It was more like, hey, these girls are pretty and they can be your girlfriends just by you watching them. So I'm expecting to hear a lot of songs with just general lyrics like that, but yeah, just for the composition of the song, it definitely feels like a more typical like plain song than Into the New World. Like Into the New World is so well done in its concept and just feels so inspiring again, and this feels more casual, like with the lyrics and everything, but it's still just very well produced, and it's just really, really fun to listen to. Like, obviously, I'm sure you would expect this because I am, you know, newer K-pop fan, still have been for quite a while, but obviously not, you know, 20 years old K-pop fan. But I mean, I literally am a 20-year-old K-pop fan, but I haven't been one for 20 years. So hopefully it doesn't bother you when I compare them to newer K-pop a bunch, but that's what I'm going to be doing. That's what I will do, because that's, you know, what I have to compare it to, and it's very interesting in my mind. So I'll say, like, the vocals, it feels like all their vocals are very different than modern K-pop, and they feel more kind of like traditional vocals. Like when I think of, like, if I was going to hear a performance of someone trying to showcase how good they are at singing, like I would expect this type of vocal style more, and nowadays it feels more kind of stylized and more to fit, you know, whatever concept they're doing. And that's just the kind of general trend, I feel like, is nowadays it's more about the specific concept. And back then it was kind of just the way they would sing is more just a kind of basic way of singing and just showcasing how skilled they are as vocalists. And then the kind of production of the song and the instrumental is kind of what takes it into different concepts a little bit more. That always just makes for an interesting listening experience of like, it's combining a bunch of different things, and you just always get that feeling of like, ooh, yeah, these are professionals, these are professional singers, and they all sound gorgeous. But then the concept is shaped by other things like the lyrics and instrumental, and you still get a very specific and unique experience for each song, but it's just all made up of a bunch of different factors, and not as much of like nowadays where it's like the concept is decided exactly from the start, and like every step along the way is made to perfectly fit that concept. And this just feels a bit more like complex and layered, and it's just very cool. Like you can see what the different inspiration was for the different parts of making the song, I feel like. So yeah, for my first SNSD B-side, it's very, very good. Definitely not on the level of Into the New World, I wouldn't say, because, you know, I didn't feel inspired. I didn't feel like this huge rush of emotion, but it was just enjoyable on a base level, and it was super fun to listen to. And yeah, just hearing them sing anything with their voices, I feel like is going to be very nice. So definitely excited for more after this. But my initial rating, I gotta still give it quite a high rating. I would say like an 88, man. So yeah, strong first B-side. Excited to see if they all are this good, or even if they're better ones. Of course, I'm sure there eventually will be. So let's get into the last song on the single. Okay, last song from SNSD debut is Solan, which, you know, is their fandom name and also means wish. But then the English title apparently on the debut single is called Perfect for You, but on the Girls' Generation album is called Honey. So I don't know, I've never seen that before. Just two different English names. They changed it for some reason, but let's hear it. Going more acoustic at first there. I wonder how much like the digital instrument scene has changed since then. Like, will there be more acoustic stuff back then? Wasn't expecting them to actually include both of the English titles in there though. I like Jessica's voice. It's a kind of nasally quality to it. It's like a little cutesy, but sounds nice. I think this is the type of song I would have imagined SNSD doing back in the days. Like if I had to guess what an original SNSD B-side would sound like, I would have imagined that. They really had a lot of like, you know, together parts, so like it's all singing in chorus for the same lines back then. Like that. Okay, I would say it's definitely my least favorite of the three, but it's just a nice, refreshing, sweet song, definitely. And again, this is what I kind of would have imagined old SNSD B-sides to be like. And like from the basic vibe and concept of it, I feel like it wouldn't be the type of song I would really be inclined towards. But I could definitely see just, you know, letting this play. Like it gets you in a nice mood. And I think it's kind of like, yeah, sweet, refreshing. Like all their songs from this are definitely very refreshing, and I definitely get the appeal from it. And I'm usually a fan of more kind of complex, detailed, like specific concepts and stuff. And you know, that's why I love modern K-pop. But I definitely do see the appeal of this. And you know, now this is more new to me because you know I've seen so much modern K-pop that this is a new sound that I'm not used to hearing as much. And I definitely see why people would be a big fan of them back then. And just this general, like, it's not a ballad, but again, all their vocals feel more classical and like what you would expect good singers to sound like, basically, and not quite as stylized. So I feel like that would have turned me off just a little bit, just be like, ooh, I want more flair, like more character kind of in their vocals. But it's like more of a consistent character, but it still is a character, and it's very, very, you know, sweet and refreshing. And they just go hard on that specific concept, but I do, again, still understand why they chose that concept, and I'm sure a lot of people were a big fan of it, and I am too. I do enjoy it. So if we keep getting a lot of songs like that are just like this in the future, I might not, you know, want to keep hearing stuff like it. And I'm like kind of wondering if it's going to be like that, but it's just on its own. It's definitely very, very pleasant to listen to. So just this whole single has definitely made me very excited to get into more B-sides. And I just wonder how their sound has changed over the years too. So for my initial rating for this song, I think I'll give it like a 79. So that's still definitely a strong rating, not as high as the first two. I think the first two were a bit more complex, and this one, the instrumental didn't stick out to me as much. It just felt more like the kind of basic instrumental you would expect for this type of song. But yeah, I definitely respect the concept, and I think it's nice and, you know, not too complex, but it's like, yeah, I get the appeal. Definitely wonder what type of stuff they'll do in the future mostly. So yeah, that was SNSD debut, and I'm very, very glad that I reacted to it, and yeah, really, really excited to keep getting into more of them. I definitely want to hear more music from them, and just as excited to keep checking out variety stuff for them on the Patreon. So again, check that out, free for a month using the link in the description. Thank you for watching. Let me know any context about just this whole era, because I always want to keep learning more. So if you think there are any sort of fun facts about their debut or just the album or anything about K-pop back then definitely let me know. Let me know how long you've been a K-pop fan. Like, when did you become an SNSD fan? So yeah, that was another one, and I'm excited to do more. See you in the next video.